In the previous lesson, we discussed dhamirs or pronouns. In the third lesson, we discussed past tense verbs. In this lesson, we will be discussing الفعل المضارع. الفعل المضارع is basically a verb that consists of present and future tense. So it's one verb, but it consists of both present and future tense verbs. Dhamirs, الفعل الماضي and الفعل المضارع are the foundations of the Arabic language. So make sure you know them memorized properly. It'll make all of your future lessons much easier. Also understand that just like الفعل الماضي, الفعل المضارع also has 14 sighas or verb forms. And just like الفعل الماضي, you have to make sure you memorize the whole table properly. So here's the table you'll need to memorize. Make sure you read the whole table, understand it properly, and then start memorizing the Arabic verb forms in order. It's يفعل, يفعلان, يفعلون, تفعل, تفعلان, يفعلن, تفعل, تفعلان, تفعلون, تفعلين, تفعلان, تفعلن, أفعل, نفعل. So there are 2 slides because we couldn't fit both of them on one page, so you'll have to go back and forth when memorizing them. So يفعل means he or it is doing or will do. So notice that it contains both present tense and future tense. يفعلان means they too are doing or will do. يفعلون means they are doing or will do. Now just to make it explicit, يفعلان means they too are doing or will do. I know it tells you of the plurality, that it's dual in the box next to it, but just to make it easier, just let me write this down. So like this, if you include the 2 in there, it'll be much easier to memorize them. By the way, I wrote 2 lines. So the first one, they too are doing or will do, refers to both masculine and feminine. يفعلان and تفعلان. Both of them are underlined. And the second sentence, you too are doing or will do, refers to the last one, which is underlined. تفعلان, you are doing or will do. You too are doing or will do. In this one as well, تفعلان, you too are doing or will do. So make sure you memorize them just like that. After you have memorized them, you should be able to say them like this. يفعل يفعلان يفعلون تفعل تفعلان يفعلن تفعل تفعلان تفعلون تفعلين تفعلان تفعلن أفعل نفعل. Sounds weird, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So if you're gonna start memorizing right now, go back a few seconds, 20, 30 seconds, pause on the first table, start memorizing. In the previous lesson, we focused on learning past tense verb forms in active voice. In this video, we will be focusing on memorizing the same past tense verb forms in passive voice. For those of you who don't know what active voice and passive voice is, active voice is basically when the subject performs the action, and passive voice is when the subject receives the action. For example, if I say, he helped, then it's basically a verb in active voice because it indicates that the subject performed or executed the action of helping. But if I say he was helped, then the verb is in passive voice because it shows the fact that the person or the subject received the action of helping. So the first one is in passive voice. The first one is in active voice. The second one is in passive voice. In Arabic, if you want to change any verb form from active voice to passive voice, it's very simple. Just take whatever verb form you need from the table in the previous lesson, put a dhamma on the first letter, fa, and a kasra on its ayn letter, meaning the second letter. So then from fa'ala, for example, it will turn into fu'ila. So fa'ala means he did, and fu'ila means he was done upon, or he was done to, whatever that action was. So if you follow the same steps, the same 2 steps, meaning putting a dhamma on the first letter fa and putting a kasra on the second letter ayn, to all of the verb forms, fa'ala will become fu'ila, fa'ala will become fu'ila, fa'alu will become fu'ilu, and likewise. So the procedure is very simple. Now let's take a look at the table of past tense verb forms in passive voice. So this is table 3.2, past tense verb forms in passive voice. الفعل الماضي المجهول. If you've already memorized the table in the first lesson, this should be much easier to memorize. Obviously, if you want to memorize right now, which is what I would suggest pause the video right here. After memorizing the table, you should be able to say it very fluently, like this: فعل فعل فعلوا فعلت فعلتا فعلنا فعلت فعلتما فعلتم فعلت فعلتما فعلتن فعلت فعلنا. If you don't know it that fluently, then you should practice more. Now let's see the same table in Arabic. This is the same table in Arabic, and it has all the names on the right side. واحد مذكر غائب, تثنية مذكر غائب, جمع مذكر غائب, واحد مؤنث غائب, and so on. Again, as a last note, remember that just like in the previous video, فُعِلَ has been translated as he, masculine, was done, and فُعِلَت has been translated as she, feminine, was done. But it could also mean that it, meaning masculine, was done, and it, meaning feminine, was done. Because as I said before, even words indicating inanimate objects have genders in Arabic. So keep that in mind. I'll see you in the next video. There are 3 things you should keep in mind at all times when it comes to الفعل المضارع. Number 1, the fa'il is never mentioned in a فعل مجهول. By الفعل المجهول, I mean passive voice, whether it's ماضي or whether it's مضارع. For example, if you say نصر, he was helped, or ينصر, he is being helped, then there is no mention of the fa'il, the person who's actually helping. There is no mention of him. So here you will bring the maf'ul after the fi'l, and it will be called naib fa'il or qaim maqam fa'il, substitute subject. And the reason it's called naib fa'il or qaim maqam fa'il, meaning substitute subject, is that it takes the place of a fa'il, right? It's coming in the place of a fa'il. And just like a fa'il, it gets a dhamma. For example, let's take yunsaru, for example. Obviously, there's no fa'il here after yunsaru, but you can always bring a maf'ul after it, and that maf'ul will be a substitute for the fa'il. For example, yunsaru, he is helped. Now obviously he is the person receiving the help. If you bring a noun after that, that will be considered the maf'ul. For example, yunsaru hamidun. So hamidun originally is the maf'ul, but it's called the naib fa'il or the qaim maqam fa'il because it's coming in the place of a fa'il. Normally, if this was yansuru and hamidun was to come after that, that would be a fa'il. So now that it's coming after yunsaru, it's going to be a naib fa'il or a qaim maqam fa'il, whereas in reality it's a maf'ul. So here Hamid is actually the maf'ul, but it's called naib fa'il or qaim maqam fa'il because even though it's a maf'ul, it's coming in place of a fa'il, and therefore it also gets a dhamma as well, as you can see. Let's give you some more examples. The boy was hit. This would be translated into ضُرِبَ الْوَلَدُ. Similarly, you have another example for al-fi'l al-madi. The woman was stopped. So this would be muni'atil mar'atu. The woman was stopped. So that's al-fi'l al-madi. Let's give you an example of al-fi'l al-mudari'. You want to say, for example, the door will be opened. The way you will say this is yuftahul babu. Yuftahul babu. Let's take another example. The wall will be broken. The wall will be broken will be yuksarul jidaru. Yuksarul jidaru, the wall will be broken. Now, if you look in all of these examples, there's no fa'il, but there's a maf'ul. Al-waladu, al-mar'atu, al-babu, al-jidaru. But since it's coming in the place of a fa'il, all of these four are naib files, and therefore all of them are getting dhammas. Al-waladu, al-mar'atu, al-babu, and al-jidaru. That's the first thing you need to know. Number two, the second thing you need to know is that the first letter of all the forms of al-fi'l al-mudari', the first letter is called harful mudari'. Harful mudari'. Now if you go through the whole table, for example, yaf'alu, yaf'alani, yaf'aluna. So the first letter in these three is ya. Then you keep on going. Taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna. Taf'ali. Sorry, I kind of messed up over there. Again, taf'alu, taf'alani, yaf'alna. So yaf'alna, we covered that, the ya. We had taf'alu, taf'alani. Then we go on to the second person masculines. Taf'alu, taf'alani, taf'aluna. Taf'alina, taf'alani, taf'alna. So all of these have the word ta in the beginning. So that's the second one. Then you keep on going. Af'alu and naf'alu. So in af'alu, the first letter is hamza. And in naf'alu, the first letter is noon. So ya, ta, hamza, and noon. All four of these are known as huruful mudari'. All of these four are known as huruful mudari'. Just keep that in mind because we're going to be using that later on, especially in the 9th lesson. Now we go on to number 3, and that's the last thing you need to know. The third thing you need to keep in mind is that the ayn kalima, meaning the middle letter. For example, if it's fa'ala, then the middle letter is ayn. So that's why we call it the ayn kalima. If you take nasara, for example, the sad, which is coming in the beginning, in the middle, is going to be the ayn kalima. So the ayn kalima of al-fi'l al-mudari' or al-fi'l al-madi varies in a number of different ways. It can either have a fatha, it can have a dhamma, it can have a kasra, whether it's madi or mudari'. For example, if you take the words daraba, sami'a, khabutha. If you look at the word daraba, the middle letter, the ayn kalima, which is ra, has a fatha. If we look in the second word, sami'a, the second letter, the middle letter, mim, has a kasra. And if we look in the third letter, khabutha, the middle letter or the ayn kalima is ba, and ba has a dhamma. So as you can see, all of these are varying. Daraba has a fatha, sami'a, the middle letter has a kasra, and in khabutha, the middle letter ba has a dhamma. Now, why does this happen? You'll learn that later on when you learn sarf or Arabic morphology. But for now, just remember to put the correct haraka on the ayn kalima of any al-fi'l al-mudari' or al-fi'l al-mudari' or al-fi'l al-madi. ذهب, يذهب, عمه, يعمه, جعل, يجعل, علم, يعلم, عبد, يعبد, شعر, يشعر, سمع, يسمع, لعب, يلعب, لبس, يلبس, حزن, يحزن, ذبح, يذبح, شرب, يشرب, قرأ, يقرأ, طبخ, يطبخ, صنع, يصنع, منع, يمنع, فتح, يفتح, غسل, يغسل, ضحك, يضحك, سخط على فلان, يسخط على فلان, نقض, ينقض, أمر, يأمر, كتم, يكتم, كتب, يكتب, قطع, يقطع, نصر, ينصر, خدع, يخدع, صبغ, يصبغ, رفع, يرفع, بعث, يبعث, أكل, يأكل, ذكر, يذكر, طعام, جريدة, جرائد, بطاطا, شاي, ملعقة ملاعق قفل مفتاح قصار ثوب ثياب غدير غدر ضحك ضحك صديق بيت إمام أئمة ناس هل فسق كفر اليوم غدا بعد غد قبل سنة قبل الأمس رسالة عم خوف عهد ما بر أن بقرة كلام حبل حبال ذكر رسول نبي فاكهة فواكه مكتبة خزانة الكتب مكتبات مكاتب مجلة مجلات مقالة مقالات. Now we have exercises. The first sentence here is أذهب. Always look at the root word and its meaning and then mold it according to the format, according to the صيغة of the الفعل المضارع. So over here it says أذهب. The root word is ذهب, which means to go. And أذهب is واحد متكلم, which is on the wazn of أفعل. I did. So أذهب will mean I will go or I am going. Number 2 is يعمهون. Now the root word عمها يعمه means to wander around. يعمهون is on the wazn of يفعلون, which is جمع مذكر غائب. That is plural, masculine, third person. So they, plural male, did. So يعمهون will mean they, plural, masculine, are wandering or will wander around. Let's just keep it to wander. Number 3 is يجعل. The root word for that is جعل, which means to make, to create. يجعل is easy, that's واحد مذكر غائب. He, one person did. So يجعل means he, singular, masculine, is making or will make. Number 4, أعلم. Again, أعلم is on the same wazn of أذهب, the first sentence, which means it's واحد متكلم. The root word for that is علم, to know. So أعلم means I know or I will know. Number 5 is نعبد. This comes from the root word of عبد, which means to worship. نعبد is جمع متكلم. We are doing or we will do. So نعبد means we are worshipping or will worship. Number 6 is تشعرون. تشعرون comes from the root word of شعر, which means to realize or to become aware. تشعرون is جمع مذكر حاضر. You, plural, male, are doing or will do. So تشعرون means you, plural, masculine, are realizing or will realize. Now let's move on to some more sentences. Number 7 is تسمعين. The root word for that is سمع يسمع, which means to hear or to listen. تسمعين is on the wazn of واحد مؤنث حاضر. You, singular, female, is doing or will do. So تسمعين means you, singular, female, are listening or will listen. Number 8 is تلعبين. Again, that's on the same wazn of tasma'ina, which is wahid mu'annath hadir. You, singular female, are doing or will do, and it comes from the root word of la'iba, which means to play. So it means you, again, singular female, are playing or will play. Number 9, yalbasna. Labisa is the root word which means to wear something. Yalbasna is on the wazn of yaf'alna, which is jama' mu'annath ghaib. They, plural female, are doing or will do, from al-fi'l al-mudari'. So yalbasna means they, plural female, are wearing or will wear. Number 10, tahzanani. This comes from the root word of hazina yahzanu, which means to have grief, or to be sorrowful, to be sad. And tahzanani is on the wazn of taf'alani, which is tathniya mu'annath ghaib, and it could also be tathniya mudhakkar hadir. So either it could mean, if in the case of tathniya mudhakkar hadir, it could mean you, dual male, are sad or will be sad. And it could also mean they, dual female, are sad or will be sad. Number 11 is yadhbahani. Yadhbahani comes from the root word of dhabaha, which means to slaughter. Yadhbahani is on the wazn of yaf'alani, which is tathniya mudhakkar ghaib. That's dual masculine third person. So yadhbahani means they, dual masculine, are slaughtering or will slaughter. Number 12 is ashrabu. Ashrabu comes from the root word of shariba yashrabu, which means to drink. Ashrabu is on the wazn of af'alu, which is wahid mutakallim, which means I am doing or will do. So ashrabu means I am drinking or will drink. Now let's move on to some English sentences and translate them to Arabic. Number 1, they, plural male, came to know. Here the verb here is come, which is ja'a. You want to bring ja'a on the wazn of they, plural male, did. Now that's past tense. They came to know. Know, on the other hand, is present tense. So you have to make sure you differentiate between both of them, especially between past tense, meaning al-fi'l al-madi, and al-fi'l al-mudari, which is present and future tense. So the first one here is they, plural male, came to know. Come is ja'a. Bring that on the wazn of they, plural male, did, which is jama mudhakkar ghaib, and you get ja'u on the wazn of fa'alu. Ja'u. Now this is a tricky part. To know, we know that know in Arabic is alima. You want to bring the fi'l al-mudari' because right now this is taking place in the present tense. So they know, or they are finding out, they are knowing, is ya'lamuna. But you have to add the to, which is li. So add the li to ya'lamuna and you get liya'lamu, and then you drop the noon here. You just add liya'lamu, because whenever there's a lam like this coming before a fi'l al-mudari', it drops the noon. Why does it drop the noon? What are the rules? You're going to find out that later in advanced books. Let's just stick to this for now. Number 2 here is you, plural female, are reading. Read in Arabic is qara'a. You want to bring that on the wazn of you, plural female, are doing. Taf'alani. Tathniya mu'annath hadir. So taqra'ani. Number 3. She is cooking. Cook is طبخ. Bring that on the wazn of she is doing. واحد مؤنث غائب, and you get تفعل تطبخ. Number 4. He is grieving. Grieving or to be sad, as came before, is حزن. He is doing, that is easy, that is واحد مذكر غائب. يفعل, so يحزن. Number 5. They, plural female, are cooking. Again, cook, as came before in the third example, is طبخ. You want to bring طبخ on the wazn of they, plural female, are doing in the present tense, which is يفعلن. Bring طبخ on the wazn of يفعلن, which is, by the way, جماع مؤنث غائب, and you get يطبخن. يطبخن. Number 6. I am making food. Now translate food later, that's the maf'ul. Right now let's translate I am making. Make in Arabic is صنع. Bring that on the wazn of I am doing, which is واحد متكلم, meaning first person singular, and you get أصنع, because صنع on the wazn of أفعل is أصنع. I am making. What is he making? Or what am I making? Food. Food is طعام. Since it's the maf'ul, you bring طعام and you give 2 fathas at the end. You could also have said أصنع الطعام with an alif lam. Number 7. We will drink. Drink in Arabic is shariba. You want to bring shariba on the wazn of naf'alu. That's a jama' mutakallim or plural from first person, and you get nashrabu. Number 8. You, singular female, will go. Go in Arabic is ذهب. Bring ذهب on the wazn of you, singular female, will do. تفعلين. And you get تذهبين. تذهبين, you will go. Number 9. You, singular male, will stop. Stop in Arabic is منع. Bring منع on the wazn of you, singular male, will do, meaning واحد مذكر حاضر, and you get تفعل. So منع on the wazn of تفعل is تمنع. تمنع. And lastly, we have they, dual male, will go. Go, again in Arabic is ذهب. Bring that on the wazn of they, dual male, will do, which is تثنية مذكر غائب, and we get يفعلان. So يذهبان. Now these were just sentences only for الفعل المضارع. Now let's try to make some full-fledged sentences with what we learned from الفعل المضارع, present and future tense verb, meaning basically sentences that incorporate فعل, فاعل, and مفعول, complete verbal sentences with الفعل المضارع. The first sentence here is number 1. I will read your, singular male, newspaper. Now here in the first sentence, we have to translate the فعل first, which comes before. Read in Arabic is قرأ. Bring قرأ on the wazn of I will do, which is أفعل واحد متكلم, and you get أقرأ. So أقرأ your newspaper, that's the maf'ul, and that is a mudaf ilayh combining to become a maf'ul. Newspaper in Arabic is jaridatun, and add a ka, which is you, singular male. So أقرأ جريدتك. I will read your newspaper. Number 2 is they, plural female, will cook a potato for you. Here the fi'l is cook, which is طبخ in Arabic, and you want to bring طبخ on the wazn of they, plural female, will do, which is جمع مؤنث غائب. جمع مؤنث غائب is يفعلن. So طبخ and the wazn of يفعلنا is يطبخنا. يطبخنا. So now يطبخنا comprises of the fi'l and the maf'ul both. Now you bring the maf'ul, which is potato. Potato in Arabic is batata. For you. For you. لكم. Or you could also say laka if it's singular. Number 3 is you, plural male, are drinking tea with a spoon. Drink in Arabic is shariba yashrabu. You want to bring shariba on the wazn of you, plural male, are doing, which is taf'aluna. Shariba on the wazn of taf'aluna is tashrabuna. Tea in Arabic is ash-shay. Tashrabuna ash-shaya with a spoon. With in Arabic is bi. Add that particle bi to a spoon, which is mil'aqa. Tashrabuna ash-shaya bimil'aqatin. Number 4. Your plural male uncle, meaning paternal, will open the lock with his key. Open is the fail here, that's a verb, that's the action, so you bring that first, which is fataha in Arabic. You want to bring open on the wazn of your plural male uncle. So we know that the fa'il here, which is uncle, is wahid mudhakkar ghaib. So yaftahu on the wazn of yaf'alu. That's the fail. Now you bring the fa'il, which is paternal uncle. Paternal uncle in Arabic is ammun. Yaftahu ammuka, because it's mudaf ilay. And your plural male is kum. So yaftahu ammukum. The lock. Lock in Arabic is qufl. So the lock is al-qufla. And al-qufl is the maf'ul, so that's why the lam that comes in the end gets a fatha. With his key. Now with is bi, his is he, and key is al-miftah or miftahun. So his key is miftahuhu. You add a ba to the miftah and it becomes bimiftahihi. And the reason it's miftahi is because miftah is coming after ba, and whatever comes after ba gets a kasrah. يفتح عمكم القفل بمفتاحه. Number 5. The washerman is washing the clothes in the pond. Here the verb, which is to come first, meaning the fail, is wash. Wash in Arabic is غسل. Then comes the fa'il, which is the washerman. Washerman in Arabic is qassar or al-qassar. يغسل القصار. The clothes is the maf'ul. Cloth in Arabic is thawbun. The plural for that is thiyabun. Add an alif lam to make it definite and you get athiyab. And since it's the maf'ul, the last letter will get a fatha. يغسل القصار الثياب in the pond. In Arabic is fi. That's the harful jar, so whatever comes after it has to get a kasra. The pond in Arabic is al-ghadir. يغسل القصار الثياب في الغدير. Number 6 is Hamid is laughing in his house. The verb here, which is to come first, meaning the fail, is laugh. In Arabic, laugh is ضحك. Over here, this is present tense on the wazn of يفعل. So ضحك will become يضحك. يضحك. Next comes the fa'il, which is Hamid. And since Hamid is the fa'il, he gets 2 dhammas in the end. يضحك حامد in his house. In is fi, his is he, house is bayt. So connect the mudaf ilayh first, which is baytihi. By default it's baytuhu, but since you're going to bring it after in, meaning fi, and since it's coming after a harful jar, you have to give the house a jar, meaning a kasra. So يضحك حامد في بيته. Number 7. I am hearing his laughter in my house. I am hearing, that comprises of the fi'l and the maf'ul both. Here in Arabic is sami'a. Bring sami'a on the wazn of wahid mutakallim. I am doing, which is af'alu, and you get asma'u. Asma'u, his laughter. Laughter in Arabic is dihk or dahik. His is he. So dihkahu. Asma'u dihkahu. That whole combination of mudaf and mudaf ilayh becomes a maf'ul. In my house. In is fi. House is bayt, and if you want to add my, you just add a ya. So fi bayti. Asma'u dihkahu fi bayti. I am hearing his laughter in my house. Number 8. Khalid's friend will go to your singular male house. Go is the fail here, which is to come first, and go in Arabic is dhahaba. Will go is yadhhabu. Yadhhabu. Next comes the fa'il. The fa'il here is Khalid's friend. It's a possessive phrase. Friend is the mudaf, which is to come first, which is Sadiq. Then comes Khalid. Khalid's friend will be Sadiqu Khalidin. And since Sadiq is the fa'il, the qaf, which is the last letter of Sadiq, gets a dhamma. Yadhhabu Sadiqu Khalidin to your house. To in Arabic is ila, so bring that first. A house is bayt, but you want to connect it with you singular male, the attached pronoun for you singular male, which is ka. Ila baytika. And the reason it's baytika and not baytuka or baytaka is because it's coming after ila, and whatever comes after ila gets a kasra. Number 9. We will make you singular male a leader for the people. We will make, that comprises of the fi'l and the maf'ul both. Make in Arabic is sana'a, and you want to bring the al-fi'l al-mudari' from sana'a for jama' mutakallim, which is naf'alu, nasna'u. Nasna'u, you singular male. You singular male is ka. So instead of nasna'uka, let's make it naj'aluka. Naj'aluka, a leader. Leader in Arabic is imam, and since it's the maf'ul, is going to get 2 fathas at the end. Naj'aluka imaman, for the people. For is li, the people is an-nas. Connect li to an-nas and you get lin-nas. Naj'aluka imaman lin-nasi. Number 10. Are you, plural female, stopping them, plural male, from sinfulness and disbelief? Now this is a question. Anything that starts with a question automatically gets a hamza. Or maybe hal. It depends on the consequence. It depends on the circumstances. Are you stopping them? Stop in Arabic is mana'a, and you want to bring mana'a from present and future tense for you, plural female. Wahid mu'annath hadir. Taf'alina, atamna'ina, or atamna'na. Because plural female from hadir or second person is taf'alna. Atamna'na, them, plural male. So now since they, plural male, is the maf'ul, you have to bring an attached pronoun for that. So you can't bring hum separately, just bring atamna'nahum. Atamna'nahum From is min. Sinfulness is al-fisq. Min al-fisqi. And disbelief. Wal-kufri. أتمنعنهم من الفسق والكفر. Now in the 11th sentence, it says, today I read your singular female letter. Now remember that in Arabic, anything that denotes time, for example, today, tomorrow, yesterday, always comes in the end. So you have to worry about it later on. First, focus on the fi'l, which is read. Read in Arabic is qara'a. I read. That is al-fi'l al-madi. That's past tense. I read is qara'tu, and the wazn of fa'altu. So qara'tu, your singular female letter. Letter is kitab. You singular female is ki. So kitabaki. And the reason it is kitabaki with the fatha on the ba is because it's the maf'ul, and maf'ul always gets a fatha. Number 12 is tomorrow I will go to her uncle's, meaning a paternal uncle's house. Or in the 11th sentence, we forgot today. So today is al-yawm. قرأت كتابك اليوم. Now let's jump on to the 12th sentence. Tomorrow I will go to her paternal uncle's house. In this sentence, the first thing you have to focus on is the fail, which is go. I will go is أذهب, on the wazn of أفعل, which is واحد متكلم. أذهب to is إلى her paternal uncle's house. Now that's mudaf, mudaf, mudaf ilayh. First comes the last mudaf, which is bayt. إلى بيتي. In terms of when you have a lot of possessive phrases or many mudafs and mudaf ilayh, always start from the last. So you start from the house, which is bayti, then you start with paternal uncle, which is am, and then you add the her, which is ha. إلى بيت عمها. أذهب إلى بيت عمها. And lastly, you add the tomorrow, which is غدا. أذهب إلى بيت عمها غدا. Number 13. Are you, singular female, angry with him? Being angry is غضب يغضب. You want to bring غضب on the wazn of you, singular female, is angry from الفعل المضارع, present tense, which is تفعلين. And since this is a question, always start with a hamza. أتغضبين, because غضب on the wazn of تفعلين is تغضبين. With him. With is ma'a, him is who. The problem in Arabic though is that when you use the word غضب, you don't say bihi or ma'ahu, you say alayhi. That's just an exceptional case. أتغضبين عليه. Are you angry with him? Now let's move on to some Arabic sentences. The first sentence here is لا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. La means no. Khawf is fear. Ala is upon. Him is them. So there is no fear upon them. There is no la fear, which is khawf, عليهم, upon them, ولا هم يحزنون, and neither will they grieve or be sad. Number 2. ينقضون عهد الله. نقض means to break. ينقضون is on the wazn of يفعلون, which is jama' mudhakkar ghaib. So ينقضون means they break, meaning they are breaking the promise, which is ahd, of Allah. The reason ahda is getting a fatha on the dal is because it's the maf'ul. The whole thing, ahd Allah, is the maf'ul of yanquduna. Number 3 is inni a'lamu ma la ta'lamun. Inna is indeed. Ya is me. So indeed, I a'lamu. I know. It's alima, meaning to know, from the on the wazn of af'alu, which is wahid mutakallim, meaning I know. Ma is what or whatever. La ta'lamun. You do not know. What you, plural masculine, do not, and the reason I'm writing not is because of the la that's coming before the ta'lamun. Do not know. Number 4. أَتَأْمُرُونَ النَّاسَ بِالْبِرِّ. Amara means to order or to instruct or to command. تأمرون is on the wazn of تفعلون, which again is jama' mudhakkar hadir. Is coming as a question, so you have to add the are, or do you. Do you, plural male, command the people, الناس, that's the maf'ul. Bil birri means with goodness. Do you command the people with goodness? And with goodness sounds awkward in English, so the way you would actually translate it is, do you, plural male, command the people to do good? That's what it literally means. Number 5 is نحن لا نكتم ما أمرنا الله. نحن is we, لا نكتم. كتم يكتم means to hide or to conceal. And it's on the wazn of naf'alu, which is jama' mutakallim, which means we conceal. La naktumu means we do not conceal. We do not conceal. Ma amarana Allah, that which amara, ordered, na, us, Allahu, Allah. And Allah is the fa'il of amara, which is to command. So what? That which Allah has commanded us. Number 6. Allahu ya'murukum an tadhbahu baqaratan. Allah here is the fa'il. So Allah, or you could say the subject or the mubtada. Ya'muru, he commands. Kum, you, plural male. Allah commands you plural masculine an, that tadhbahu, that's actually supposed to be tadhbahuna. That's jama' mudhakkar hadir from dhabaha, which means to slaughter, which means you are slaughtering. So Allah commands that you, plural male, Allah commands you that you plural male again, slaughter baqaratan, that's the maf'ul of tadhbahu. You slaughter a cow. Number 7. Yasma'una kalam Allahi. Yasma'una comes from the root word sami'a, which means to listen or to hear. Yasma'una is on the wazn of yaf'aluna, which is jama' mudhakkar ghaib. So yasma'una means they, plural male, are listening to or will listen to kalam Allah, that's the maf'ul, a combination of mudaf and mudaf ilayh, the speech of Allah. So that's probably enough exercises for al-fi'l al-mudari' al-ma'ruf from active voice. Now let's move on to some al-fi'l al-mudari' al-majhul, or present and future tense from passive voice. Alright, so let's have a roll here. The first one is being read. Read in Arabic is qara'a. You want to bring qara'a majhul from singular male third person. واحد مذكر غائب, which is يفعل. So bring قرأ on the wazn of يفعل and you get يقرأ. يقرأ. Number 2 is being written. Write in Arabic is kataba. Bring that on majhul from the same singular male third person يفعل and you get يكتب. Number 3, will be broken. Break in Arabic is kasara. Again, is from singular male third person. They're basically going easy on you, which is yuf'alu. Again, kasra on the wazn of yuf'alu is yuksaru. Yuksaru. Number 4, will be cut. Cut in Arabic is qata'a. Again, from singular male third person on the wazn of yuf'alu. So you get yuqta'u. Number 5 is she is being helped. So now instead of singular male third person is singular female or feminine third person. And help is nasara. So instead of yunsaru you get tunsaru because it's for feminine. Number 6, you singular male are being stopped. Stop in Arabic is mana'a. You singular male are being done is tuf'alu. Mana'a and the wazn of tuf'alu is tumna'u. Tumna'u. Number 7, I am being stopped. That's on the wazn of uf'alu. And stop, as came before in the 6th sentence, is mana'a. So mana'a and the wazn of uf'alu is umna'u. Number 8, we are being helped. Help is nasara. We are being done is nuf'alu. So that is nunsaru. Number 9, you singular female will be stopped. Stop again is mana'a. You singular female will be done is tuf'alina. Mana'a on the wazn of tuf'alina is tumna'ina. Tumna'ina. And lastly, number 10 is you singular male are being cheated. Cheat in Arabic is khada'a yakhda'u. You singular male are being done is tuf'alu. So khada'a on the wazn of tuf'alu is tukhda'u. Now let's move on to some complete sentences of al-fi'l al-mudari' al-majhul. Number 1 is the rope is being cut. Cut in Arabic is qata'a. The majhul for that from al-fi'l al-mudari' is yuqta'u. The rope is al-habl. So number 1, yuqta'u. Al-hablu. Al-hablu is what you would call a naib fa'il for yuqta'u because it's coming in the place of a fa'il, whereas in reality it's a maf'ul or it's an object. Number 2, the cloth will be dyed. Dye in Arabic is sabagha yasbaghu. Will be dyed from future tense is yusbaghu. Yusbaghu. The cloth athawbu. Number 3, remembrance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being raised. So being raised is the actual fi'l here. Raised in Arabic is rafa'a, is being raised from majhul in terms of future tense or present tense is yurfa'u. Yurfa'u. Next comes the naib fa'il, which is remembrance of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In this, remembrance is the mudaf. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the mudaf ilayh. Mudaf, which is remembrance, comes first. Yurfa'u dhikru an-nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Number 4. The prophets are being sent. Being sent is yub'athu. The prophets is al-anbiya. Al-anbiya is the plural of an-nabi. Yub'athu al-anbiya. Number 5. Fruits are being eaten. Now maybe I told you before in the previous lessons that when there's something that is not rational, non-intelligent being, for example fruits, and you bring any fail before it, you can bring a mu'annath for it, or you can bring a mu'annath sigha for it if the fa'il or the naib fa'il is jama, meaning it's plural. So fruits are athimar. Being eaten is yu'kalu, but you will bring tu'kalu. Tu'kalu, the fruits, athimar. That's the plural of thamaratun, which means a single fruit. Number 6. Allah is being remembered. Is being remembered is yuzkaru. Yuzkaru Allahu. Yuzkaru Allahu. Number 7 is tomorrow the newspaper will be read in the library. Now, as I told you before, any word that denotes time, such as tomorrow, yesterday, today, etc., all of those come all the way in the end. So you have to worry about them all the way in the end. The first thing you're going to focus on is the fi'l, which is will be read. Will be read in Arabic is, first of all, read in Arabic is qara'a. Will be read is yuqra'u. The newspaper is the naib file, which is jarida or al-jarida. And since al-jarida has a round ta at the end of it, which means it's feminine, yuqra'u will be transformed into tuqra'u, which is feminine. So tuqra'u al-jaridatu. Tuqra'u. Next comes the naib file, which is al-jaridatu. In, fi, the library, al-maktabah. And finally you bring the tomorrow. Tomorrow in Arabic is ghadan. تقرأ الجريدة في المكتبة غدا. Now let's translate just 2 more sentences. The 8th one here is an article will be written for your singular female magazine the day after tomorrow. Now let's worry about the day after tomorrow later, as I said before. First, let's focus on an article will be written. Written in Arabic is write is kataba. Will be written is yuktabu. Right, so let's write that down first. Yuktabu, but the file here or the naib file here is an article. An article in Arabic is maqalatun. Yuktabu maqalatun. Now since maqala is feminine, because there's a round ta after it, which denotes that it's feminine, instead of yuktabu you will change it to tuktabu. Tuktabu maqalatun for your singular female magazine. So magazine is the mudaf here. Magazine in Arabic is majalla. For is li. So li majallati. Your singular female is ki. Li majallati ki. Li majallati ki. The reason it's majallati is because there's a lam, which is harful jar coming before it, and anything that has harful jar before it gets a kasra in the end. The day after tomorrow is ba'd al-ghad. Number 9. The promise was broken a year ago. Again, a year ago is something you focus on all the way in the end. First, we focus on the promise was broken. Was broken. That's al-fi'l al-madi, by the way. That's not fi'l al-mudari'. It's fi'l al-madi meaning past tense. Break in Arabic is kasara. Was broken is كسر or نقض. The promise is the naib fa'il, which is al-ahdu, and since it's the naib fa'il, is going to get a dhamma on the last letter, which is dal. A year ago is qabla sanatin. Qabla sanatin. نقض العهد قبل سنة. The promise was broken a year ago.